Peace to the family. Or should I say, peace, peace, family. Peace, peace. Yo, listen. Yo, listen. I was living my life again. This homeboy that keeps saying he ain't doing no more videos. He's on Facebook. He's on Instagram. He's on someone else's channel. Listen. And you know, people say, yo, Polite, why are you being so soft with this brother? Why are you not going in? Like we know you could go in. And that's because I don't trust him. It's a waste of time. You know, I go in with brothers who I feel are not agents. And I don't throw that word agent around. But if you can watch this program today and believe otherwise, then that's on you. But I, for one, I learned something. And I'm going to say this again to y'all later on. Because he's spreading this rumor now that I called the parole officer. I ain't call no parole officer. I wouldn't call the parole officer on somebody who disrespects my 10-year-old daughter. I'm sorry. And mention sex in the same conversation. I wouldn't do that. Anyone who comes up with any sexually deviant ideas about my 10-year-old, I would never call the police on. Parole. Secondly, anybody who's on parole that comes to me and says, Polite, can you do some paperwork to get me off of parole? I don't trust you. Because when you walk around thinking you free, you gotta turn me in. What kind of setup shit was that? I told this black man. Anybody who says they can put you off of parole with any kind of paperwork, they must be the president. Because that's the only one I know that can really expunge this situation. Now, 1 minute, this man is so brilliant that he wakes up out of his sleep after extraterrestrial communication. I'll play the video. After the ETs talk to him, he writes these notes from his sleep when he wakes up, and then he researches it and feels and realizes, oh shit, they gave me correct information all over again. In another moment, you so dumb, someone can sell you something to get you off of parole? How do the two people coexist? How can the idiot that tells the people, because you would have to be an idiot if I was able to sell you something to get you off of parole. And you must even think I'm crazier than you. I gotta sell you something to get you off of parole while you're on parole. I seen you coming a mile away. That's how I met this guy. I'm like, hold on, you presently on parole? Yeah. Just got out of prison not too long ago? Yeah. I smiled. Oh, no, thank you, brother. It's hard for me to pull that off, brother. Smile. I got right out of that shit. Like, y'all want to be part of the community? Yo, I'm not stupid. I'm like, you just came home? You're a young man? You still on parole? And you want me to give you some paperwork to get off of parole? Oh, man, unfortunately, we don't provide that service, brother. But if you're interested in this, then and third, more than willing. Okay, I still want to get it. Cool. And I'm like this. This nigga just asked me to get him off of parole? This is my introduction to him? But he wakes up out of his sleep with information and does the research and realizes it's all correct. But you're dumb enough to say, I'm going to pay somebody to get me off of parole. And then I got this video. I am daring him to say I'm lying. You know, they do this in battle rap. Say I'm lying. I dare you to say you didn't get on Sign Letter channel because Unc and I took the video and say, you know what? Polite status correction didn't work, but I sent my paperwork out to Puerto Rico, filed it in New York, and when I was driving in Georgia and got pulled over, it worked. What exactly worked? I have no idea because he didn't specify. And I got on Sign Letter's case and said, brother, you should have continued to investigate that part of the conversation. But he said, this was a show where Tazariak was on the program. Unc and I was listening. And I said, bro, did you just hear this man say he sent his paperwork to Puerto Rico, filed it in New York, and when he was driving in Georgia and got pulled over, it worked, whatever it is. And he said all of this just to undermine me and what I do. This man is obsessed with me. He's on other people's shows now, like he's an abused wife after having an interaction with me. So tell me about your experience with Brother Polite, young Pharaoh. He laughed at me, and Inky laughed at me. realize this is all because we don't believe he was talking to ETs? We didn't say ETs don't exist. We said we don't believe that you've been talking to ETs. And if you have been and you are crediting them for your information, then black man, stop using that source of ETs. Get you a more sophisticated source of ETs. Because those ones is giving you misinformation. Now, it's not me, family. Y'all was there. The show is still up. We didn't call him out his name. Since then, this man has attacked everyone in my household. Made up every accusation against me. And this is all because I just don't believe he talks to ETs. All because he couldn't say one thing he wanted to debate me about, but watch the agent behavior. The whole time he been calling me out to debate for years. Right or wrong, family? Been calling me out to debate. Then the day I say, okay, I'm ready, and we ask him what you want to debate about, the man didn't even know what the hell he wanted to debate about. So what was that for? In fact, every time he says he wants to debate somebody, it never happens. But in the midst of it is mad confusion. So I go to wonder, is it his intention to ever do a debate that he asked for? Listen, family, enough with me. Because people are acting like he never spoke about my children. When did that happen? So I'll just play some people who are also appalled at the fact he was talking about my children. Apparently they heard. Apparently they heard all the sexual deviant things he was trying to intertwine with my minor child and with my oldest daughter. So maybe everybody going crazy. Maybe everybody going crazy. For some reason, some of y'all ain't catching. That's probably because you didn't even watch the whole video. You just read the title and you go with it. We're going to talk about that. Fraud, scam, you talking? You raising money for a case that you lost already?
Whoa! Whoa!
Really?
Whoa!
I was going to chill. I told you I want to mind my business. Brother, do we got to pull out the document?
Whoa!
You've been raising money for a case. You failed. You lost the appeal. And do y'all know y'all raising money to expunge? Who the hell did he hire to revoke his career record? Oh, don't worry about it, family. Because we got a professional that's going to get on. If he runs his mouth, because you know me, I keep the missiles in the silo and I got patience because I got a life. When you got a life, you got patience. So I sit here and I let them exhaust everything that they have to say while I live my life. Sloppy, and you just start making up anything because you figure I got him, he don't respond. No, I don't respond because I know you guys are desperate, you're wicked, you're stupid, and you're compromised. And the people that's using you don't care about you. And the people that's hyping you up don't care about you. So that all works to my advantage. All I gotta do is let you keep talking and show me what you got. Show me what you got. Fraud, what you said about GoFundMe, I'm gonna show y'all an email from GoFundMe when I raise money for my legal case and all the things they asked for. Then I can show you that my GoFundMe's still up. And when you don't legitimize the fact that you have to pay your attorney for something in particular, prove you have a contract, that's why GoFundMe takes you down. But what did he tell you in y'all video? He told you some conspiracy shit, right? Yo, GoFundMe won't let me do my thing. You know, GoFundMe. No, brother. I went through the same situation. You followed after my footsteps. It was wrong when I was using GoFundMe. It was right when you start using GoFundMe. Then they snatched your shit. Then you came up with a whole GoFundMe. They did this, that, and the third. They did that and the third to me. No, brother. Cut it out. I know what GoFundMe asked you for because they asked me for the same thing, and that's why my GoFundMe's still up.
Yeah, you have to provide them with the legal documentation that you actually have a legal team that you're trying to pay for in the court and all of those things.
Hey, don't forget, your case couldn't have already been thrown the fuck out. You have to have a pending case.
Facts.
You can't be raising money for some shit that didn't work out. How about that?
Right, because then that would be fraud.
I have to prove through filings that my case exists, that I hired an attorney or more, the contract thereof, and when I'm actually paying them up to present date. But he came on here, and I'm sitting here understanding why it's not working. And then more information comes out. And then we do more research, and we realize that what you're raising money for already happened. Wow. I get it. Call somebody else the fraud and the scammer so they can turn their backs away from you. Now, I don't care if y'all continue to raise money for him. Support who you want to support. I ain't never been concerned with other people supporting whoever they want to support. I get concerned when people try to accuse me of what they're doing. I get concerned about that. I get concerned when people say, I'm going to stay on you, Polite, because you're the reason this guy is locked up. And then the family gets on and says, Polite is not the reason why he's locked up. But you still title the show as such. I screenshot it. You did the interviewing. You allowed the video to go up. They said I had nothing to do with it, but look how stupid some people are. They read the title, ran with it. You need to free him, Polite. Why? When the sister said, it's not my fault that he's locked up.
Well, that's actually illegal, and it's called defamation of character and slander.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. Because like I said, we let them exhaust all of their resources because we know they're greedy. But let me go back to the fact. Did I call the police? Did I call his parole officer? Of course not. I would never call someone's parole officer after they talk about my 10-year-old daughter sexually. I would never call a parole officer on anyone who talks about my 10-year-old and brings up sex. I would never do that. I just ain't got it in me. I was quiet. I kept telling y'all, look, let him say what he's saying. I let him do what he do. I give you good advice. Stop bothering so much people. You got a case in front of you. You're on the cusp of going back in prison 1.5 to 2 years. I know. You don't need no more problems is what I tell you all the time. You don't need no more angry mothers coming at you. And what you forget, young man, is that because I'm polygynous, every woman you attack and every child you attack, there's a family that corresponds with each of those women. So whatever happens with you is not solely on Brother Polite. You attack women and children. There are families and friends that correspond with each woman and child that you continuously attack that said nothing to you. True. What you bring about yourself is what you bring on yourself, because you can't control yourself. Your ego won't allow you to be laughed at. That's all that happened. All of this is going to go down because of your ego. All of this. So this is what we're going to do. But hey, if the man can go out here and say he's going to shoot Unc in the face while he's on parole, if he can turn around and say he's going to stab somebody in the chest while he's on parole, listen, if Meek Mill gets caught taking a picture with somebody with a gun, he getting locked up. He violated his parole, right or wrong, family?
That's a fact.
That's a fact, and it's a fact. It's an actual fact. If Soulja Boy showed guns on Instagram, that's an actual fact. But for some reason, this man ain't got nowhere near the money these people have. But he can be on streams with people showing guns. He can have a knife in his hand. He can say, I'm going to stab the air out of somebody. Unc in the face. He is presently on parole. And just say, that would be polite calling police on police. What's up, King? Get to the chest. Why would polite call the police on police? When the police come in and kill someone in the black community, at that point, black people got to be a little confused about who to call for help. Right or wrong? At least at that present moment, if I see a cop shoot a black man, I'm in a precarious situation. I start wondering, do I call the police on the police? So all I'm saying is, if a man, you know what I learned when I was in prison? When everyone knows you're about to come home, you know what they do? They bother you. Knock that door and tell my daughter, hit some chairs. They bother you. when they know you're about to come home, they bother you. They try to get you to stay in prison because they know you're about to come home. Some jealous people. Now let's do it in the reverse. What happens when Brother Polite knows? What happens when Brother Polite knows someone is looking like they're about to be on the way back in? And I see this kind of behavior. I say to myself, this is some desperate behavior. That's what I say to myself. I say to myself, if I know someone's on the way in, their acts of desperation is one of two things. Either, Negro, you better get all the people to destroy their lives before we throw you back in there, or you're just miserable because you know you're about to go back to prison and you're losing hope, so I'm going to make everyone miserable. Now, for those of you who don't know, he's looking at 1.5 to 2 years for his threats. Whether you believe he threatened that black woman and her family or not, that's what he's looking at. Okay? First of the month. When that month dropped, he got to go there. He got to go to court. He's facing 1.5 to 2 years. The most recent thing he's been doing, attacking other black women, saying sexual things about their children, that's minors, that didn't really help the situation. Let's just say that, needless to say. So, when I know somebody is looking like going back into prison, you know what I've learned? I learned the same thing I learned when I was behind the wall. When I was behind the wall, you know what I learned? When it's time to go home, don't fall for any of the tricks. And now I'm on the out. And I see he knows he's on the way back in. And he just can't help himself. You've never seen someone on parole behave like this, especially on social media. They won't even let the rappers get away with that. And they got the money. But this guy, for some reason, has the freedom. I'm going to play the video with him talking about stabbing somebody. And watch y'all. You snitching. It's on YouTube. He snitched on himself. Do you know this Negro came out with a rap song describing the case that he presently was involved with, where his Codies are facing 25 to life. But he's the only one that's free walking the streets after that young man was killed and burnt alive.
I'm sorry, wait a minute.
Hold on, because he just told us he threw a gun over the fence and they caught him. You know what I mean?
Wait, I didn't hear none of this. I didn't hear none of this. You saying that young Pharaoh burned somebody alive?
I'm not saying he burnt anybody. I'm just saying out of all the people accused, he's the only one walking around. All the younger guys, those guys are doing time right now. He's the only one. After this young man. Because he cared about the youth. He cared a whole lot about the youth. And guess what? I save it for y'all. Because if Marshall Daniels talks again, we're going to go into Marshall Daniels' situation. And if Marshall Daniels keeps talking, and I'm not one to make light of anyone being molested, but I would like to describe why his voice is the way it is.
What? Oh my, wait.
Hey, I got the documents. Now listen. There's never no means to make fun of somebody who's been molested. No. But what I gotta tell you is, a lot of times something goes wrong up here. I'm gonna do a damn documentary. I mean, he only got like 15 videos on me, some on his channel and all other places. I told y'all, I try to mind my business, but let me show you this damn disgrace. I don't know which video to play. I know which one. You know what? Let's do this one. Because it's fun now. Let's have some fun. Walk with me, y'all. Because you see, I try to stay away from this because he couldn't handle me laughing at him with his scholarship. And y'all know. Let me play a little of this video. I ain't want to.
Here are the typical traits of the pathological cult leader. From dangerous personalities you should watch for and which shout caution. Get away. 1. Anyone who criticizes or questions him is called an enemy.
Suck my dick, faggot. I hope you die in your sleep, you little bitch. And you gonna keep trolling me till I run into you. I'ma knock your ass out, fuck boy. Fuck you, fuck your whole family. Everybody that's not.
Hey, hold on, stop. You already know we dealing with a dysfunctional child. That ain't no damn leader. But hold on, cause this gets good. Cause this is the way he talks about stabbing somebody while he's on parole. Hold on. Let's go into this one. This is one of my favorite ones. This is Pharaoh hits. You wanted my attention? Look at the UFO he found. And mind you, after we ran him off of this platform, laughing at him for his so-called waking up in the middle of his sleep because he was talking to the UFOs and they giving him information and all that. After we laugh him off because we asked him, can he ask the UFOs to contribute to the Black Liberation Movement? Because they got all that high-scale technology and they're not using it to free Black people. And in fact, while you was visiting them, they didn't wait to communicate with you until you came home from prison. They didn't allow you to leave the planet until you got on parole. And if your parole officer knew that you was leaving the planet, your ass would be doing major time. But fine, let's watch this video because a few days after we laughed at him for his UFO claims, a few days after we laughed at him for his UFO claims, guess what happened? He came up with a UFO sighting. Let's watch this UFO sighting.
Hey now, UFOs on deck. Can I zoom this motherfucker? Get the fuck out of here! Yo, that motherfucker just left and came back. That big ass light right there that's flickering. You been sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit. His Mo is leaving.
Hey, family, this is a damn highway. This ain't a highway. This is a highway.
Oh my God.
These are headlights on cars. It's a highway. And if you listen carefully,
no, I'm done. This video is done.
No, it ain't done because he shows his face on here and he brags that this is me, family. I'm not making this up. Listen, if you listen carefully, you're actually going to hear a car honk his horn twice. Listen very carefully.
That shit raw. They need to come get me about this bitch. That's crazy. Y'all just synced it right there on the ground. Y'all just synced it on the ground. Hold on, let me show y'all this me. Let me show y'all this me. Pause this shit. Pause this shit. I can show y'all this so y'all know this. Nigga, this is not no stage shit. Okay? This is not no stage. That's right outside the crib. That's right outside the crib.
It's a highway. Hold on, family. Hold on. I gotta go in the chat. I gotta go in the chat. I can't do this. Hold on. I can't do that, Mike. Hold on. Because there's a car honking. When you play this back, there's a car honking. I'm gonna find the time.
That big ass light right there that's flickering. You been sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit. His Mo is leaving. That's crazy as fuck. That's crazy. All that shit left. That shit raw. They need to come get me about this bitch. That's crazy. Y'all just synced it right there on the ground. Y'all just synced it on the ground. Hold on, let me show y'all this me. Let me show y'all this me. Pause this shit. Pause this shit. I can show y'all this so y'all know this.
Look how proud this man is.
This is not no stage shit. Okay? This is not no stage. That's right outside the crib.
Man, this brother needs help. And I'm not allowing no one to tell me nothing otherwise. This is a brother that seriously needs help. I'm going to go on YouTube world right now. I got to get on YouTube. I got to see what you people think.
Right outside the crib.
I got to see what you think. Tell me. I got to see what you think. Does this young man need help? This is why I don't be arguing with this crazy guy, because he's nuts. Now, y'all tell me. Thank you. Thank you, family. He does need help. Thank you, family. I thank you, family. Like, and this came 2-3 days after we trashed him about his UFO experiences. He felt compelled to have an experience outside his house when it clearly is the damn highway. Look at the lights flickering. Those are headlights. It's someone signaling. They're going in a different lane. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yo, you know, Sonetta used to call it battle scholars. We came up in an era that is really similar to the NBA. These guys right now are fragile. The laughing was nowhere near what we had to endure when we was coming up in consciousness. Like, we was, I mean, seriously hardcore ridiculed, disrespected.
Let's say this. We were in the NBA in the 90s where there was hand checking.
Yo, listen,
And
cats was threatening to shoot cats in the face. I mean, like, yo, that was a very different era than this is now.
If you laugh at a young man, rather than him say, I'm going to prove that I am smart, that my information is legitimized, and I'm a scholarly I'm a scholarly demonstrate what I have to offer. No, he wants to turn it into a slugfest. You know, he want to throw mud in people's eyes. But the reason, when y'all say, how come you just don't get back at this brother? How come you don't go in on this brother? Let me remind you. Let me remind you why I don't go in on this brother. This is someone who needs help. Look at this man. Not as an innocent young man, but as a man that needs help. Let's do this right. And I'm going to find that horn.
Well, listen, let me say this. If he burned somebody alive after...
I'm not saying he burned someone alive. I'm just saying
if he was a part of that.
If you type in Marshall Daniels, there's people doing time because it's a young man that died who was burnt alive, and all this Negro's talking about is the gun he threw over the fence.
Right, but what I'm saying, if that happens after he has a childhood of being molested...
Hey, we just going to say allegedly. We don't know all these things to be facts. We wasn't in there. I don't want to do that.
Right, but what I'm saying is I kind of feel sorry. I think that there's some things going on that, you know, we...
Hey, brother, this is what I want you to do. Y'all can go into Google search engine and type in the connection between UFOs and molestation, if you think I'm joking.
Wow. There
is a correlation between people with this concept that they're seeing and finding UFOs and molestation.
Well,
I'm not making it up.
Well, now listen, you going into health, you know, I know that's a traumatic response of the brain that the brain does to cover up for traumatic events. So that's absolutely a fact.
You know, the average person that says they were abducted or taken by a UFO, they normally say the UFO stuck something in them. Right or wrong?
That's a fact.
Y'all think I'm joking. Y'all got to pay attention to this stuff, man. But I'm not saying it happened. I'm saying if he keep talking, you know, Freedom of Information Act. Because I'm going to tell you this. Instead of this young man going to get some help, he's completely out of line. His disregard for children and his bringing up sex and incorporating someone's minor child, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's an absolute problem.
Damn, I feel sorry. He really need help. That's crazy.
UFOs on deck.
He's sick.
Can I zoom this motherfucker?
Yeah, zoom it in.
Get the fuck out of here.
Look at this excitement for a damn highway. Have you ever seen a child so excited to see cars in the night drive?
Left and came back, that big ass light right there that's flickering. You've been sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit. His moo is leaving.
You heard that? Hold on, that was the horn. Hold on. Did you hear the horn? Listen.
Right there, that's flickering. You've been sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit. His moo is leaving.
Did you hear it?
As fuck.
Now listen to that horn around 24 seconds.
His moo is leaving. That's crazy as fuck.
So come on, bro. At least take the horn out the damn video, bro.
Oh, look at that shit. His moo is leaving. That's crazy.
Hey, let me find out Toyota making shams. Let me find out. What kind of spaceships are those? Are those Bentley? Are those Rolls Royce? What kind of shams are those? Because they got the same horns as the cars we driving. Oh shit, yo. He got some other sister gas in there. It's probably like, yo, this is gonna have to end pretty soon. If he keeps showing me highways, I'm gonna have to get on one of those to get out of here. Listen, this brother needs help. And y'all, there's no way you can excuse this weird ass behavior. Go ahead, somebody. Go online, somebody, and excuse this shit. Because I didn't make this video. He made sure he showed his face. He went out his way to show his face to get the credit for this insanity. Who would do that? I wouldn't even want people to recognize my voice. Okay. Yeah, I know I didn't disappoint, family. I ain't even get started. Y'all get to say, oh, why you gotta do this? But you're watching it. You like this shit. I know y'all like this. I try not to do this because I take the high road we all take. Why we gotta have this unity in the community? Why do brothers got? I be saying the same thing. But I love it right now. You love it. He love it. So let's just destroy each other and see who's standing. He going to prison soon. I'll be the last one standing. I know he got to make quota and see how much of us he can get to shoot each other, kill each other, fight each other. But guess what? He's so damn idiotic and rude and mean and disrespectful. He brought everyone together that he was bothering. In fact, I may even accredit him for mending all the issues I had with whoever else.
Man.
Because he's so negative, all of us was like, damn.
Like, yeah, yo, we never did that to each other.
Never did that. Even Inky and I had an issue.
Oh, man.
We ain't never did this crazy.
I've never seen anybody do this type of act, like it not.
We talk about each other's children. Come on, brother, no matter how angry we are, we don't do that.
I ain't see the rappers behave like this.
Damn, brother. The battle rappers don't even do this craziness. Okay, he threw away a gun. That's accessory to murder. Yeah, I mean, and who gets caught with the gun and who admits they had the gun? How much time did this man? Yo, listen. We always talk about COINTELPRO and agents and how most times they use people who are in a compromising position. And then when it happens, we don't turn around and say, look at all the people getting you to distrust everybody. And then look at them behaving like they don't like each other. And then when they create all the dissension, look at them come together and suddenly they're friends. Do you know the guy whose platform he went on to talk about me was disrespecting him? I thought we all had beef. I thought you had beef with them. But guess what? All these guys have platforms. And they're created to make you distrust everybody. Because this movement had momentum. Y'all know Brother Polite and Sa Neter together. Y'all know that was a real good look. Y'all don't really know the inside story of the stuff this Negro was doing and other Negroes was doing that we found out that caused Sa Neter and I to rift because we fell for it. Y'all don't know what that guy was doing the whole time. And Sa and I had to ask ourselves, what would make him do that? Why would he have to do the things he did just to get him and I to stop beefing? Well, when Sa and I together, I'm on the streets, doing the debates. I'm running Scientologists out of Harlem. We was making movies. We was making magic. And he comes in here, he has to try to destroy it. But that's our fault for allowing somebody to come there. But guess what? Sa and I, we back. It's all love. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. But guess what? We got to play some more footage. We're going to go back to the footage. We're going to give up. I mean, anybody that can watch this UFO footage of a highway patrol pulling people over, if that shit has you going and you still believe in UFOs through this Negro, then it stands to reason who you are. Disprove his info. Disprove his info about aliens with facts. Negro, is that video not enough that we dealing with a sick person? Talk about something else. Damn, go to another channel, idiot. What do you mean? Talk about someone else. Damn, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see no more cars on the highway. All right, I'll get off the cars on the highway. One more time, we're going to do this, though. I'm sorry, because I'm still flabbergasted at this. I'm still in awe that someone could even come up with something like this. Don't worry, I got something more special for you. This is a short show tonight. Very short. Hold on, let's hear the call. Let's hear the horn again. That was the best part.
Yo, that motherfucker just left and came back. That big ass light right there that's flickering.
He's talking about the highway.
You've been sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit.
Look at that light flickering.
His move is leaving.
No, it's leaving. It's that's going down exit 109, idiot.
That's great. All that shit left.
Yeah, there's an exit sign there.
Shit, Rod, they need to come get me about this bitch.
Oh, they gonna get you. You keep making videos like this. Right, you won't be in prison. You'll be in a straitjacket.
Hold on, let me show y'all this meat. Let me show y'all this meat. Pause this shit. Pause this shit. I can show y'all this so y'all know this. Nigga, this is not no stage shit. Okay?
Look how happy
this is not no stage. That's right outside the crib. That's right outside the crib.
Yo.
Okay now.
Yo. Hold on.
Yo.
What the fuck is this?
Yo, I don't even know what to say, brother. That's madness right there. That's crazy.
Yo, this is right outside my crib. Look, listen. Hey, look, I just want y'all to know that this ain't stage. This is actually going on live. The cars are actually heading out for the exits.
The crazy thing is that we're gonna have to reteach all of these people that there's a lot of people that's interested in this kind of thing, but they're going to be watching this highway, they're going to be looking at this kind of, I mean, it's going to really discredit all of them.
I can't even get through the rest of the show. Hold on, I gotta hide this video. I gotta trash this shit because I'm gonna play this all night. There's nothing else to play after this. Look at that smile, man. Hold on, man. We gotta see this man cheesing. Look how excited he is to catch these cars driving that time of night. Maybe it's not busy normally where he lives at. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe they don't get that much traffic and it's just exciting. But this guy is definitely an abused child. There's no way. He's definitely an abused child. I suggest you all download this video because he definitely, look at this. Look at this smile. Look at this. Look at the credit he wants.
About this bitch. That's crazy. Y'all just think it right there on the ground. Y'all just think it on the ground. Hold on, let me show y'all this me. Let me show y'all this me. Pause this shit.
Look at the glee in his face.
I can show y'all this.
Look at the glee. Look at this.
This is not no stage shit. Okay?
This is not no stage shit. Yeah, it's not a stage. It's a highway made of concrete.
No stage. That's right outside the crib.
Right
outside the crib.
Sorry, I gotta get out of there. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get out of there. I gotta get out of there. I apologize. I stayed on it entirely too long. I still don't believe it. Oh boy. Oh shit. Okay. Yo, I can't take this. Yo. Young Pharaoh saw UFOs driving down the highway and honking his horn. Laugh out loud. Oh my God, young Pharaoh believed.
When we first came into this consciousness, we had to teach our way in against all of the people that was established that was not showing us no love and respect. This is crazy where you could just make up stuff and then cuss people out and kind of develop your, I mean, like, how does this new thing even work?
I don't know, bro, but I'm gonna tell you this. Let's go to the next segment. We got a lot of stuff to cover in a short bit of time because we have a life. Oh boy.
Yo, you can't even breathe.
Yo, I sent the video to Michael Edwards and I said, listen for the horns. That's honking in the background. The horn should have woke him up out of his UFO scheme. But yo, listen, he was so distraught when we laughed at him on the platform that he had to find UFOs ASAP. He had to. This is funny. Polite, you just made my night with this fuckery. Thank you, family. I was hoping I wasn't wasting your time. I had to do this. This stuff is on my mind every time he talk crazy, and I just let the crazy man talk. Okay, so let's go to some serious stuff, man. I mean, that's serious. He needs help. But yeah, I know you got to rewind. I'm still rewinding. Quiet as kept. Oh man, oh thank you, man. I'm not trying to be funny. It just happens this way when you got material. When you got material, it's just gonna come out right. Paul Mooney couldn't write no shit like this. Dave Chappelle couldn't do this. Kevin Hart couldn't pull this off. I'm getting texts. I can't breathe. Yo, someone's gonna pass out tonight from young Pharaoh. But listen, let's watch Destructive Boy. Let's watch the dysfunctional guy. Where we at with the dysfunction? Hold on. We were somewhere with the dysfunction. Oh, there we go. All right, let's go through this video. I'll be back to you in a few. We need to examine this video. This is a very good video. I'll skip through some of it, but you need to see how crazy this young man is. And yes, our young people don't like rules. So the people who are just out there and they want a sense of consciousness without the discipline, they will cleave on to this guy. You know, he's a prime example of what to do when you're on parole. Threaten to kill people, shoot them and stab them. Let everybody else try it. It's not going to work for you. It works for Pharaoh for whatever reason. It ain't going to work for everyone else. There goes the phone off the hook with emojis. Okay, so let's go back to this dysfunctional brother. And it's clear he has a problem. And while y'all support this brother, support him in getting some help. Watch this.
Here are the typical traits of the pathological cult leader. From dangerous personalities you should watch for and which shout caution. Get away. 1. Anyone who criticizes or questions him is called an enemy.
Suck my dick, faggot. I hope you die in your sleep, you's a bitch. And you gonna keep trolling me till I run into you. I'ma knock your ass out, fuck boy. Fuck you, fuck your whole family. Everybody that's not women, fuck them, nigga. Fuck your essence, fuck your spirit. Fuck will your spirit go upon death. I honestly have a hate for you in my spirit. I honestly have a hate for you in my spirit. And this is why I hate this motherfucker Unc so much because he's a bitch. And this is why I hate this motherfucker Unc so much because he's a bitch. And this is why I hate this motherfucker Unc so much because he's a bitch. I wouldn't even be dealing with this right now if it wasn't for this fuck boy from the Amara squad. That shit right there just pissed me off because every time I see that nigga name, I really see Unc name. But in YK the truth, if type what city you in, bro. Because I'm gonna make sure when I come to your city, I'm gonna come find you. I'm gonna beat your ass, nigga. You's a bitch. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Hope you die in your fucking
real quick. Let's end on.
Hope you die in your fucking
real quick. Let's end on.
Hold on, y'all.
2.
Oh, we don't.
Has a sense of entitlement, expecting to be treated special at all times.
Debater requirements, family. This shit say, admins, your participation entitles you to admittance to the debate. Any and all other costs associated with your attendance not agreed on, including without limitation, travel and accommodation expenses, shall be borne solely by you and Sarnetta Studios, Black News 102, Frankie Gary, has no, hold on, my screen went out, has no liability for such costs. So you want me to pay for my own travel and pay for my own hotel, you have no liability for such costs.
3. Is hypersensitive to how he is seen or perceived by others.
Polite says, watch Pharaoh look stupid as hell. Zion Lex says, tuned in. Polite says, are you ready, right? Now, this is more of the text message. Polite says, word, are you still coming through tonight? Zion Lex says, absolutely. Just send me the link when you're ready, or I guess the number to call in. Polite says, cool. Let's talk about atheists or my lack of belief in God. Let's go in tight about that. Then challenge me to the debate again. Right? He trying to coach Zion Lex on what to do. Now, Polite says, I will accept under those conditions. We do the weigh-in 2 Saturdays from now. Also, send me a good picture of you for the upcoming flyers. Zion Lex just said, sound great, right? And then after that, it leads to the initial text that I read where he talking about some Pharaoh gonna look stupid. Now, with that being said, not only is the nigga caught for one stage in a debate, but for 2, what the fuck that got to do with me?
4. Publicly devalues others as being inferior, incapable, or not worthy.
Hey, hold on. Yo, Pharaoh, I'm giving the mic to you. I want to know if you think you could tussle with Inky for just 10 minutes for the people live.
No, because Inky's irrelevant. He's here because I'm here. If I wasn't here, nobody would even be viewing it. So we talk about
you running all night.
Talk about hurting my feelings. How you hurt my feelings? This shit say, excuse me if I'm wrong. Let me read it.
I'm just saying you got emotional earlier. You got emotional earlier. I'm just saying we excuse you because we understand the truth.
You don't say
So
shit.
emotional that early.
You don't say, watch this. I'm gonna show you my power. Watch this. Press 1 if you here for young Pharaoh. Press 2 if you here for Inky. Watch the chat. Watch the chat.
Nobody even knew I was gonna be on the show. What's wrong with you?
Exactly. So what do you?
You are a master of irrelevant questions and irrelevant statements that have nothing to do with the subject at hand.
Nobody's here.
5.
Oh,
Doesn't
watch
seem
this.
to.
This is where it gets good.
We're not taking our kids to school. No more Inky on. You're done. That's my power. Watch this. Polite, I'm not coming on no more Inky on. You're done. That's my power. Watch this. You're relevant. You're irrelevant now. Matter of fact, get him off. Get him off or I'm gone. Watch this, E. Watch this. Get him off or I'm gone. Get him off. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna flag. I'll switch on everything. I'm gonna hit this red button in 15.
All he's gonna wind up doing is leaving, Pharaoh, because it's not necessary.
13. I'm gonna show you my
Look at how he made a fool of himself. Because I told him he's gonna have to leave.
power. 12, 11. All my we out of here. All my SOS squad out of here. 10.
All right. So what we'll do, since it got to this point, Pharaoh, we'll talk to you later.
10. Hates to be embarrassed when he does act with rage.
Watch this.
If I ever see that nigga, I'ma stab the air out your lungs, nigga.
Now, how could a man on parole say something like this?
When he acts out with rage.
YK the truth. If I ever see that nigga, I'ma stab the air out your lungs, nigga.
I don't see
If
that.
I ever see that nigga, I'ma stab the air out your lungs, nigga.
Now, hold on, family. We got to get back to the real world again. Who do you know on parole that will openly say on YouTube that they're going to stab the air out of somebody's lungs? Who do you know with such freedom Who do you know?
Somebody that could get away with that on parole, brother.
Brother, who do you know can be on a stream when someone pulls out a gun? And it's a beef stream. Let's make no mistakes about it. It's drama. Who do you know? We know brothers all the time getting seen with people in pictures with guns. Locked down.
At least a mandatory 6 months. Minimum.
Mandatory. But he has the freedom to say he's going to shoot Ankh in the head, stab the air out of somebody's lungs, and hey, still roam these streets. And y'all think I would call parole on him? As far as I'm concerned, he's part of all the same agency. You're still state property so long as you're on parole. Let's just be real. And the way he builds and the way he talks just gives me the impression that he possibly, you know, worked something out, because I just never seen someone exercise so much violent freedom who's on parole. And he goes through personality after personality after personality and religiously makes several videos on them. And each time he makes a video, he says, I'm not doing no more, family. This is my last one. Then he plays victim. When other people get the upper hand on him or they get tired of him, then he goes back into this young child mode. I'm just young and peace, peace, family. I don't have no idea why they're doing this. I'm asking everybody to leave me alone. Peace, peace, family. What the hell is that? You just cursed out everyone's mother, daughter, children, wives, husband. Then he goes into this shell where he's just a child again. He's schizophrenic. But anyway, if people on parole can threaten to stab people to death, I don't know what the world's coming to. He must got some special. I mean, you came to me for a so-called status correction. I need one from you. I need to find out how the hell I can get away with some shit like that.
Yo,
I need one of those joints.
Man, I'm speechless. This shit is crazy.
Yo, you extremely weird. Peace, baby girl.
It's nobody that knows anybody it's nobody that's ever been involved in any legal problems or that knows anybody that's been in legal problems that can look at that and not have a second thought about how is that able to happen consistently.
Now, I mean, I could also play the video where he threatened Sanetta's wife. That he's going to send some people to the house, and because she lives there, you know, Mrs. Sanetta, you better watch out what you're doing. He threatens everyone's wife. But then when someone's woman says, you know what, I'm going to take this guy to court, y'all say that's snitching. What you expect the woman to do? Oh, the man who's supposed to protect and provide for his family is supposed to go out on these streets and hurt him so they can be separated from their family. Wouldn't that contradict him providing security and other provisions for the family? See, this guy, he goes from family to family to family, and he doesn't just go after the man, he attacks people's wives and children. That's what he does. Person after person after person. That's what he does. But it's okay. I mean, you can only have but so much people, so many people before I start asking myself, why the hell do you got a problem with everybody? Damn near from the time we were introduced to you. Maybe it's me. I don't know. These are just questions, but we're going to go into this one now. I'm going to respond to Zach's family because young Pharaoh put this young brother's family out there, which was very, very much the wrong thing to do for a number of reasons. So the sister and the mother gets on to talk about how their young brother, son, is in prison. And young Pharaoh propagates this story that he's in prison because of something I did, something I taught. So I just want to show you. Let me show you the screenshot of the video. Let me do that first. Let me show you a screenshot what the video is titled. You need to see this because this is crazy. So here's the screenshot. It's entitled Young Pharaoh. The family of Zachariah Latney speaks on his case and exposes Brother Polite. And if you go to his Instagram and all this other social media, he has this post of an article and suggesting that I have something to do with this young brother being in prison. So now what we're going to do, we're going to listen to his interview. And we're going to ask ourselves, why would he title the video opposite to what the daughter, opposite to what the sister and the mother was saying? Let's listen to this.
So they got out seeking help from Polite because he's supposed to be the status correction man, this, that, and the third, and he can do all of this great stuff. So now he ends up using these brothers, telling them he gonna pay him for XYZ. Never pay.
Now, this is what I don't like. I don't like when people use things like XYZ. We got to find out what XYZ is. Those are variables. We got to figure out the equation. When you say XYZ, now you just sent our minds anywhere. And people are left to their imagination about what XYZ is. When you get a chance, brother, find out what XYZ is and tell the people what it is that I'm supposed to pay them for, XYZ. 1. 2, I want you to do, find out what it is, what deal I brokered for them, that they accomplished, that a person could come back and say, I'm successful, and I didn't give them any recompense for the work they did. Show me one thing that they did for anybody and they were successful. And show me where I sent them to somebody. That's 2. 3, status correction. Let me go over status correction for you real quick. Because for some reason, people keep intertwining status correction with get out of jail free cards and getting off of parole. And I already told you, the day that I met this brother, he asked me if I can get a status correction done to take him off of parole. And the second he asked me that, I told you. I said to myself, I controlled my countenance, but if I showed my countenance, I'd have been like, well, that's how I would have looked. Because anyone coming to me asking me for a get out of jail free card, I consider suspect, especially fresh from prison. I still consider him fresh from prison. So I said to him, the only person that could do that for you is the president. And I said it jokingly, because I didn't want him to realize that I realized that he might be suspect in case he was suspect, because then the jig would be up and they'll send a new person at me. Better to deal with the devil you know than the one that you don't. This is what I learned. So I'm like, oh no, I can't provide that, but I can do something else for you. But I'm like, why would a guy? Like, this is Brother Polite talking. If you ask me for paperwork to get you off of parole, I don't know where anyone learned that from. I would have to concede that if something goes wrong or you start walking around here thinking you're free and you get caught out there, you're going to have to turn me in and tell the parole officer, hey, this guy just told me I can get off and this is the paperwork. So I'm looking at him saying to myself, this guy is clearly trying to set me up. But you see, when I believe people are agents, I just play along with it. I played crazy. I played stupid. I might do a video for them and say, look at the cars on the highways. Those aren't cars. Those are UFOs. I might do that for them. But I will not actually fulfill that kind of mission. I feel it's a setup. Polite's scary. I'm living better now. I'm so scary. And this is going to go into what I got to talk about with the family that wants me to co-sign their son that's locked up in prison or their brother. Polite's very scary when it comes to things that don't make sense that land you in prison. I'm very scary. At the point in my life when I'm doing better than I've ever done before, that's when I got me my attorneys, my publicists, my PR. This is when I started getting my branding specialists. And I got something very slick for y'all too that y'all don't know, how I protected myself. Because I let y'all exhaust y'all resources. Because it's poor people attacking me. So I don't really go after you the way I could. But I let you show me what you're made up of. So I feel no weight, because I can say you've been heckling me for 2-3 years. You've been attacking my family for years. Then I can have no remorse. I don't have to have conscience when I go after you. And people say, oh man, now he done got the white man on him. I don't want to hear that. Because you didn't give a damn when they talked about my 10-year-old. When this Negro talked about my 10-year-old and suggested sexual things, you ain't give a damn about it. So I want to hear no pro-black, pan-African shit with my children involved. I don't want to hear it. So now, status correction. I do talk about persons getting a status change. In law, you can look this up, type this up for me. Status, etymologically, go to an online etymological dictionary and look up the word estate. Etymologically, the word estate alludes to ranking, position, or status. So estate means status. In law, look it up. Another name for corporation is entity. Another word for, let's say, synonym. A synonym for corporation, you got to be familiarized with the nomenclature of economics, more especially in the case of real estate or commercial law. So a synonym for corporation is person, legal fiction, entity, and a host of other names. Person is synonymous with A trust. A trust can be identified as a person, and that which the trust is supposed to do, which in terms of the trustee is to see to it that the trust never accumulates negative asset value, but that's a whole nother story. What the trust does is considered its personality. What the trust is considered a person, void of a body. I'm not making up the words. Estate means status. So when we talk about a person changing status, we're not even talking about people. When I say it's time to change the status of a person or status of the person, that is to diffuse the presumption of the item sonance, the conditional interest. That is when it sells you something under false pretense, unbeknown to the buyer, when they think they own the property, it's still a tenancy deed. It's still a tenant of their own property. So the goal is to establish a fee simple relationship with the property, thereby nullifying the presumption of the item sonance. That is to say, revoking a conditional interest, which is what transpires when they establish a lien on the property called the mortgage. According to UCC 9-105 in parentheses D, a debtor can only conditionally own property. Okay? So you're considered a debtor instead of a creditor. So the goal is to perfect the claim on your property. That is to say, set a first priority lien on your property before someone else does. Perfectly legal through a UCC 1 financing statement. To make amendments, you do that in UCC 3. 3 is where amendments get done, where you make changes. Now, let's go back. Changing a person's status. Status is a state. I don't make these things up. Person is the entity or the corporation, the instrument that you use to perform as such. In order to be a secured party, something has to be securitized. What does that mean? What is a security? It's a paper certificate that attests to ownership and equity, as in the case for stock, or ownership of a bond, as in the case of a debt obligation, which has tradable derivatives, meaning it can be sold on the stock market. Pseudo. All these things you can look up. And a allodial title is something reminiscent to that of what you're looking to establish with you individually in relationship to your property. You're going to establish this fee simple property by changing the status of your person being the creditor. That's how it will look on your UCC financing statement. Be the creditor on behalf of you. So just like how the state has a creditor on behalf of itself, or the people running the state will say the state of California summons you to go to court. Someone is speaking on behalf of something else. Well, your company speaks on behalf of you, making it something or that which coming in the personage of yourself. No parole, get out of jail free cards from all of that. None of that. Control everything and own. Hold on. When we're poor, we want to own everything and put everything in our name. Money and building wealth, we then realize, guess what? I don't want everything in my name, but I do want control of it over everything. So you use your trust in that capacity to control everything and own nothing. Well, there goes the lesson for now. It's the problem I have is when people say, oh, so you're the guy of the status correction and you're supposed to change status. And now when you look up this young man's case, that has nothing to do with a status correction. We're talking about the manner in which we go about embarking upon the acquisition of real property. Under legal terms, that's what we're talking about. That which is prerequisite to the acquisition of real property. How to provide for a tax shelter. And if you're deeper, you get some insurance that you can borrow against, to preference whole life insurance. And you make your trust a beneficiary of the insurance, while everything else gets retitled to the trust. If you do it backwards and you make your insurance a beneficiary of the trust, you won't provide for a better tax shelter. But if you make your trust have assets retitled to it, and then you make your trust a beneficiary of the insurance, now you have set up the stage for a better tax shelter. To set up a QRP, or Qualified Retirement Plan, which is a cash and tax deferrable compensation arrangement plan, which allows you to behave as a trustee to your own pension and allows you to roll over your contributions void of penalty. What does that mean? When people don't learn new information, those traditional retirement accounts don't allow you to take the money out of that account and put it somewhere else without penalty. But with a QRP, Qualified Retirement Plan, which is over 3,000, all of which better than any of the other retirement plans, that's my opinion. I would say you would go that route because you also could retire a lot earlier. over 10 years earlier, you can retire and reap similar benefits. Control your assets. Like I said, they allow you to behave as a trustee to your own pension plan. What do I know? You see, this ain't the UFO shit that I'm sitting courtside at basketball games, but you don't want to put the work in to do the study, so you got to believe everything's a damn scam. Take it away for free. And bro, I don't got no shit over here that I'm reading from. This is all up here. Anything that saves my life is worth committing to memory. That's just how I believe. That's my belief. Growing wealth is my religion. If we share the same impetus or the same zealous behavior that we put into believing in God and UFOs, into economics, and we just put a third of that energy into growing wealth, we'd be in a better situation. But that's just my belief. But the hardest part is teaching for so many years to create a body of work that goes beyond 90 books, several free classes, online streams, and DVDs, and for people to still misinterpret my work when I got books that I wrote 4 or 5 years ago that says the same thing I'm saying right now. We are functional illiterates. And before we would even dare open up a book and read it from front to back, we would rather tell people what we think is going on about somebody's education and create conspiracies while I'm still free and while people are locked up. But never once consider, did he put any of that in his book? What that brother's locked up for? If I ask the average person, what is the name of the charges that this brother is locked up for? List the charges. Do any of you know? No, you just accepted someone blaming me for it. And if you heard some of the charges, you would say, oh, Polite always tells us, leave that stuff alone. That's above my pay grade, so to speak. There are things that we learn when we come into the community that appeal to certain types of people because it's kind of like something for nothing. A lot of people join the Moorish community under the pretense that they can get more than they have to contribute to the community. They trying to get off of their traffic tickets. They trying to get their get out of jail free cards. So they join these communities selfishly to get rid of their issues and leave. They don't join to build a damn nation. So this young man gets locked up. And now the family is crying out for the community to organize and establish cohesiveness. And now suddenly I'm not a real leader. But where was you the whole time when your young man was free, in search, looking for leadership? Where was the rest of you who criticize me now that he's in prison? Talking the black righteousness thing now, the Pan-African thing. You didn't give a freak about being part of the community till they got locked up. Now the community got to get together. But you could have established your contacts a long time ago if you was part of any of these communities. And you wouldn't have to call on me to co-sign something. Now, I do my best not to speak about that young brother's case because I don't want to say something that law enforcement can leverage to use against him. Then y'all will say Polite ain't right. But you could call me out for not supporting his case, but sometimes silence is the best practice in situations that can compromise the integrity of your mission to relieve that man or minimize the problem that he's already having. But you want to accuse me and you want to go on a platform so contentious that you want to use a man that obviously is more concerned about me, another man, than he is concerned about your little brother. Which is your first mistake, because now you're distracting people from the case that your brother is subject to. Because they'll focus more on Brother Polite and Pharaoh's contentious behavior amongst each other. So out of all platforms you go on, why would you go on one where people can be distracted from that young man's case? But I'm the fool. Let's listen to this video. So we had a good time. But I gotta really talk to y'all. Y'all know it makes sense. It's real talk. Let's go in. Let's go in, family. I don't play games. So as far as status correction is concerned, when you listen to Pharaoh talk, understand, I mean, by now we all know his wires are crisscrossed. We know that. But let's be for real.
out seeking help from Polite because he's supposed to be the status correction man, and this, that, and the third, and he can do all of this great stuff. So now he ends up using these brothers, telling them he gonna pay them for XYZ, never pays the brothers, and then they end up getting pulled over at a routine traffic stop and taken to jail for charges that they didn't know were pending, which you see in the article. So now we're gonna update the story now. Now these brothers are in jail. Polite has used these brothers, told them, now I'm gonna let the queen tell the story, right? Because I don't want to say nothing that's not true. But I believe them sued or something like that, queen. Is that correct?
Yeah, when he was out, he said that he was definitely, when they were out, they were telling them that they had already had a notice of claim in and a notice of intention to sue, along with a 22-count criminal complaint against the officials who conspired to criminally prosecute them. And Polite, I remember specifically my older brother telling me that Polite said that he would help them with the lawsuit. That never took place. And not that they needed it. I mean, my brother Zach is very well educated. He would know how to help his own self and conduct the lawsuit. But what people need to take heed to and need to understand is that if you've got people who have governmental powers and they're all scratching each other's backs, they started getting to the point where even their own laws that they were violating, they would use that against them. And Zach never said that he was a sovereign citizen. All he ever stated was the law. The police who arrested them for criminal trespassing in the third degree put that out there. And actually, it went further because what they did was, before the grand jury, they did a play on words with the last name where they switched the I in the last name. And that related back to a Black Panther by the name Gregory Latine, who was like a notorious Black Panther. And what they did was they comprised the identity of my brother, and they really committed what's called fraud upon a persona. And they basically presented before the grand jury that he was the Latine, and they spelled his name wrong throughout the indictment. They presented that he was the Latine and was really Latin. Created fraud upon a persona. The grand jury thought that he was a part of this notorious Black Panther, and then they used the fact that my brother had included and mailed to me on it, and that he wanted Polite's help. Well, he wrote to family and said that he wanted Polite's help. So they just used that. They've done a lot of fraud, and they're arrested. Knew about them being arrested.
Now, family, I want you to listen because she said you wanted Polite to help him. I'm gonna explain to you what that means and represents when somebody does that from behind the wall.
2000 and well, he got arrested in January. So in January, late 15, early 2016 when he was arrested. I don't know the exact date.
He got arrested January the 15th, 2016.
Yeah, so Polite was aware of when he was arrested. As if you guys replay back in the email with my older brother, he basically makes it known that we've informed Polite and his right-hand man, Lawan, and he did nothing to help out. Making known that the client that they were doing work for and that they asked Zach to help, that client to Polite and was telling him, look, Zach needs help, you know? He's helped me tremendously.
Client that we're keeping anonymous, correct?
Yes, this is a celebrity client. She reached out to Polite and Lawan, as well as her husband reached out to Polite and Lawan and said that
seeking help from Polite because he's supposed to be the status correction man, this, that, and the third, and he can do all of this great stuff. So now he ends up using these brothers, telling them he gonna pay them, never pays the brothers, and then they end up getting pulled over at a routine traffic stop and taken to jail for charges they didn't know were pending, which you see in the article. So now we're gonna update the story. Now these brothers are in jail. Told him, now I'm gonna let the queen tell the story, right? Because I don't want to say nothing that's not true. But I believe Polite said he would help them sue or something like that, Queen. Is that correct?
Yeah, when he was out, he said that he was definitely, when they were out, they were telling them that they already had a notice of claim in and a notice of intention to sue, along with a 22-count criminal complaint against the officials who conspired to criminally prosecute them. And Polite, I remember specifically my older brother telling me that Polite said that he would help them with the lawsuit, and that never took place. And not that they needed it. I mean, my brother Zach is very well educated. Zach needs help. He needs help.
Now, hold on. Let's listen to this part. Right when she says, my brother is very well educated. Listen to this part.
Lawsuit. And that never took place. And not that they needed it. I mean, my brother Zach is very well educated. Zach needs help.
Now, listen, I want you to listen carefully. Right after she says, my brother is very well educated.
To criminally prosecute them. And Polite, I remember specifically my older brother telling me that Polite said that he would help them with the lawsuit. And that never took place. And not that they needed it. I mean, my brother Zach is very well educated. Zach needs help. He needs help. Is somebody going to help him? And nobody would respond back at all. No one from Polite, no one from the world ever responded back. And so the article, when it stated that, he used Polite's process, Zach didn't need to use Polite's process. That's not true. And Zach never, ever, because Polite seemingly seems to misrepresent what the article was saying, and says that basically somebody went to jail behind his process and that they're blaming him. That's not true. Zach's never, ever blamed him.
Y'all hear that? It's not my process that got him locked up. And that letter that Pharaoh's going around trying to use, or that post that Pharaoh's trying to use to say, oh, it's Polite that got him locked up. The sister is saying, I misinterpreted it to mean that, when that's not what happened. I was speaking on what this Negro has been going around telling people. She's talking about the very person that's interviewing her.
Ever, because Polite seemingly seems to misrepresent what the article was saying, and says that basically somebody went to jail behind his process and that they're blaming him. That's not true. Zach's never, ever blamed him. They put his name in that article because they were monitoring his mail. But Polite's never even done anything to try to even see if Zach is okay, or even try to go on the record and try to stand up for his reputation. And to me, it just seems like he's a coward and a fraud for doing that, because he should have at least said something like, look, I know this guy, I know his character, this is not true. They told me early on what was transpiring with this kid. He's never gone on there and never said anything to try to stop it. And it's like, you're trying to help our community, you're trying to help our people. If anything, you're hurting our people, you're hurting our community, because when these people come out with these lies, he had $100,000 apparently to spend on courtside tickets, or was in possession of $100,000 tickets, and never did anything to help my brothers out.
And these brothers, these young guys, is reaching out to Polite in the same day, because he ringside taking sneak pics of Kobe with his groupie ass.
Now, hold on, family. Let's look at these sneak pics that I'm taking courtside. This is how you know this man is filled with hatred. Tell me if these are sneak pics. Who's sneaking to take these pictures?
And these brothers, these young guys, is reaching out to Polite, and he's ignoring them the same day, because he ringside taking sneak pics of Kobe with his groupie ass. So they got out seeking help.
Now, okay. To cover here. We got a couple things to cover here. First thing I'm going reverse. We're going to deal with these so-called sneak pics. I'm going to show you the hatred that this young man has to have for me, because that's petty. He's looking at those pictures and telling you, yeah, meanwhile he's courtside taking sneak pics where it's clear. These are not sneaky pictures. One of those pictures is because I'm hanging out with the brother after the game. The other picture is what? Y'all gonna get mad if I say that's a celebrity post. So I'm gonna go online because you people just have a problem just saying, you know what, the brother's considered such somewhere. Even if we don't appreciate this brother, which I have to be in this community the way y'all always doing videos on me. Yo, his website is down. My website is up. I put it down for a couple days because someone was trying to hack the website and was transferring files because I switched one of my webmasters. So there's no need for him to have my data. That's it. Polite's app is down. Polite's website is down because all those things are integrated with each other. The website is like a splash page. The app is really where our focus is. That has 200,000 of my subscribers. 2/10 people. I gotta protect that. So that's going down. It was only like 72 hours. I see videos going up. The government shut his site down for the things he's selling. I got the same stuff on my site right now. Now, are y'all gonna turn around and tell those people you gotta stop with this bull crap? That's wishful thinking and you wishing the worst on your brother? No, you just let them lie, spread the rumors, and then when you find out it's wrong, there we go. So,
you know what? I got a question for you. At what point do we have to begin to hold the actual people watching and supporting this type of behavior accountable? Because we live in a day and time where people are obsessed with social media celebrity, and it does become obsessive because it's been scientifically proven that likes and views release the same type of dopamine in the brain as cocaine, crack, heroin, etc., etc. So people that are driven like this to the point of obsession are driven by the audience that entertains, that's constantly screaming blood, 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 blood. You know,
no, they believe that they have organic friends when they see the friend count go up. These are lonely, desperate people who do this stuff.
But I feel like in light of these things that's going on with him that is not in the forefront, he really needs help. But the people, it's like somebody standing on a ledge and they like, I'm ready to give it all up and jump. And the people pull out their cell phones to record instead of trying to say, hey, let somebody go and save the brother. They're like, no, more, blood.
And that's what I'm saying. This guy's obviously, he's not happy with his life. He has too much beef with too many people. And not only does he have beef with people, he escalates the beef. And he believes so long as he doesn't come in contact with these people, he could just keep doing what he does. But something's weird about that. That's what I'm telling people. No one causes this much confusion. No one goes that far. And don't at least say, let me see this person in person. He turns down every opportunity. And now it's done. So watch this. Watch this real quick. Let's just clear up all the other chaos while we at it. Let's just show how there's no validity to what these people say. So here's the first thing. Let's go to polite.com. For the people who believe the government shut down my website. Yo, people are absolutely nuts. Wow. It's the same URL, people. It's the same web address. Okay? Let's not be crazy. Let's not be crazy. So, seeing here is a situation where, guess what? Oh, my services are still here. Okay? So these things still exist. Okay, and you can go through the website tonight and you can see the books and the DVDs are all there. So you could, no, there's no, unless the government said, well, you know what? Put it back up. We made a mistake. You see, we got to stop this foolishness, man. This is crazy. People really got videos up talking about, yo, the day the site went down, the day the videos went up. So now look, watch this. Celebrities at Lakers game. Brother Polite, watch this. Celebrities at Lakers game. Brother Polite. Look what comes up. What we could do. I'll click one of the images. Look what happens. Look what happens. Look at this.
Right.
This is a Getty image. Getty website. And if you go to Getty, what they do, particularly for these basketball events, is they capture pictures. Hey, that outfit I had on, where I'm sneaking to talk to Kobe Bryant. Yo, listen. I am not the one doing these things. You feel me? These are Getty images, and there's other sites that's responsible for major events or major sporting events, doing coverage and catching notable people, because this is part of the marketing strategy, because some people actually patronize and buy tickets just to know people that they're interested in come to watch these games. So they go around the crowd and they take these pictures. I'm not the one that wrote celebrities at Los Angeles Clippers game. Getty Images does it, and they pull our names up and they write, Brother Polite, Nathaniel Dilworth. This is what they do. I never submitted my name to nobody. I never did. I just sit there and they figure it out. So we'll move on. All you have to do is type in celebrities at Clippers game, Brother Polite, and you'll see me there too. In fact, there's several cities you can type my name in and say celebrities at such and such game, Brother Polite. And I may just pop up. That's how that works. That's how that works. So let me move forward, because this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, gotta say peace to my boo right here. Let's just get this promotion going. I just realized. And I don't want to hear no.
Now wait,
somebody.
Listen, before you do that, because we didn't get a chance to actually even talk about any class. All
right, let me get through this.
Well, no.
So
I just want everybody to know that this is National Fertility and Infertility Awareness Week, and in honor of that, we're doing several classes. This is one of them right here.
Let's get it. All right, so let's look at the sister here. This is my brown-skinned boo, Asasia Muhammad. Look how divine this sister looks and carries herself.
Peace, everyone. This is Asasia Muhammad. For those of you who don't know, I am the People's Midwife and owner of Inner Circle Midwifery and Women's Healing Center here in Philadelphia.
Y'all definitely need to connect with my brown-skinned boo, Asasia Muhammad. She's definitely on point, especially when it comes to infant mortality rates, because our children are known to die 2 to 3 times more faster within the first year of them being alive than that of the likes of other races.
I've been doing some work with Brother Polite for some time now, and I'm so honored and excited that he's going to be coming to Philadelphia to support what we're doing here.
Despite the fact we have a more fertile inception and it's easier for us to produce, our children are dying quicker. A lot is mostly in part due to poverty and a lack of health care and a lack of education.
To raise a platform on natural childbirth and women's health and midwifery. So please stay tuned for that when we're looking forward to it. Peace. Peace, everyone. This is Asasia Muhammad.
Like I said, for all the people crying and complaining, oh, that's somebody's wife, what are you doing? That is none of my business, so it's none of yours. If that makes any sense. It's none of my business, damn it. So it's none of yours. So, shout out to Sister Asasia. She really knows her stuff. She has bioavailable products on deck. I suggest you find her in Philly. If you're in the tri-state area, drive into Philly and contact her. You go on my Brother Polite Facebook, or if you go to my Instagram, all her information is there. And you need to connect. She's a very powerful, very intelligent and brilliant sister. And her beauty only reflects what she has transpiring within herself. That is a brilliant sister. Please support her. Okay? Black business right there. You know, Black business. And again, fertility and infertility month. Stay focused. And we have a very powerful session that's going to be coming. All right? So let's enjoy ourselves. I'm enjoying myself. How y'all doing tonight? So listen, let's go into this information. it's time to respond to Zachariah's family. I hope y'all listening, because you guys are like, hey, free that man, get him out of prison. The key word is allegations. First of all, those people admit he's not locked up because of something pertaining to me. Yet Pharaoh still put on the damn title, and I showed y'all the title earlier. His family exposes me, this, that, and the third, and he keeps pushing. He tried to do everything in his power to make it like, hey, cut them off if it started to sound like they was getting away from the Brother Polite energy to talk about the government. Every time they started putting something on the government, hey, like, I'm sorry, I want to curse, but I'm trying not to curse, but this guy makes me mad. Listen, it's clear that man had no concern for that black man that's in prison. His whole thing was, I got to make Polite look mad. After all, I'm serious. They laughed at me when I presented my UFO ideas. I choked. I couldn't even say what I wanted to debate him about. After all these years of harassing this man, calling him out several times for a debate, the man says, hey, I'm ready to debate. Let's go on live and let's see what you actually want to debate about. That man presented nothing to debate. How weird is that? Who can want to debate someone and call them out so many times and then don't even know what the hell to debate?
Well, let me tell you how weird that is. It's equally as weird as people trying to create a wedge or a divide between us merging probably the most popular platforms in consciousness to create a larger umbrella. And they keep using this old footage that's from 5-6 years ago. And the only thing I have to say to you about that is, Polite, you should have let me do the retraction video years ago when I said I needed to do the retraction video, because I was wrong, family. So let me make sure everybody has this clear in their mind from the horse's mouth. I had just dealt with another group of brothers and I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of thousands of dollars due to frauds and scams involving get-rich-quick paperwork schemes. And when I saw that Brother Polite was bringing in paperwork, I didn't know what he was bringing in. The moment he said paperwork, I said, no, I can't be involved with this shit. And I linked him in with the group of people that I previously dealt with and had bad experiences with. Now, after that, he sent me 3 of his books for free. He said, here, you read these books and show me anywhere in here where it reflects anything close to what you dealt with those people. In fact, I will show you the processes in here, how to actually protect your property in the future from anything like that happening. Once I went through the information myself and saw that what he was doing not only didn't reflect that, but was the exact opposite, I said, brother, I gotta apologize to you, your family. And let me do a public video, retract it. He said, you know what? Our friendship is more powerful than a retraction. All people need to do is see our bond is still strong, and that stuff will be water under the bridge, blah, 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 blah. Now, that hasn't happened because stalkers and trolls have turned my voice into cartoons, puppets, excerpts, and all kinds of crazy shit in these videos. And I'm like, yo, I can understand when people that have beef, people that are upset, people that are angry, people push past the point, people who have now come to the light, people who have serious mental issues, do certain things. But when people in mass get behind these types of divisive behaviors, you have to really begin to not only look at the person and say, well, a large part of why we know you is attacking other people in the community that's looking to unify. That should be a red flag. But then the other thing is, why are the people supporting that type of divisive behavior in mass instead of saying, listen, work that stuff out off camera. These brothers we know for years. We know Minister Inky's children. We watched his family grow. We know Brother Polite. We watched his family grow. How do people just get to come out of nowhere and make accusations and then get traction? And so my thing is, hey, stop with the remixing and like we've seen movies for years where people will take an audio, remix the audio, retitle the audio, and use that to incriminate people. And we call them agents. We call them tools. But how do we then practice a level of cognitive dissonance and support people doing that right in front of us, and using the people as a tool in mass to support that kind of disruption in a community where we need progress, and there are people making progress, and we see that kind of stuff. I'm looking at the video with you, Amanette, Ma'at, y'all are in the Ghost or the Bentley or the Rolls Royce. I don't know what kind of car the car, whatever that was, pure opulence. How do you get people to hate seeing a black family come from the hood in Brooklyn, make it to such a far level, and then I just can't understand this kind of stuff. I mean, I can understand it when I see it from John Q. Public, but I can't understand it when I see it from people who are supposed to be a part of the conscious community, or people who want to see black folks do better, but then when they see black folks do better, they have to attack. I just can't understand it. My thing is, please stop remixing 5, 6, 7-year-old footage as if it's brand new footage. At least the one thing I can say about Pharaoh is Pharaoh said it was 2, 3 years old. So at least he said it was old. But some of the people remixing it as if it's new footage, and people sending me Instagrams like, yo, what's going on? I just seen you chilling with Brother Polite. Why you made that video? And I'm like, what video? What the? I go online, it's new remixes like Puffy and the, I'm like, yo, this shit crazy. So
watch this. Watch this right here. Here we go. Get on mute, bro. That's you, Dick. Yeah. Let's see. The brother, according to the family, wrote a letter. He's locked down. Let me go before this. Let me go behind this. Here is my response to the message we just played from the video where young Pharaoh's interviewing Zachariah's family about him being incarcerated and Pharaoh doing his best to mix me in with all of that. For starters, it was a bad look for the family because you shouldn't get on a platform that you understand the person interviewing you doesn't have the patience, the discipline, or the respect. Rather, the victim in focus, rather than distract people from his case to bring up Brother Polite. He preyed on that family just to execute his own crazy ideas. This is the same man that said he ain't going to stop until justice is served, until that man is free from prison because of what I did to lock him up. But right there in the interview, the family made it clear he's not locked up because of something I did. Not even that black man behind bars is saying he's locked up because of something I did. Now, let me explain something else. The question people should ask is, the situation that transpired that got him in prison, did that situation already exist prior to me knowing that black man? You see, because I meet people who want help because things already happened. There's one. Take nothing from those young brothers' brilliance. Both of them are incredibly intelligent. 2, they did come to me for advice. It's true. About a situation I did not understand because I didn't know at what lift they was into whatever transpired. You only can take what someone tells you. What is that worth? And from what I heard, I believe I helped. Stay the heck away from that type of stuff. What I don't like about these type of situations, you people want to come into public. You want to help your son or you want to help your brother. And don't realize maybe it'd be best not to antagonize the person for not supporting, because according to the system, and I'm a fraud for not running to his aid. Let me show y'all something. Because I'm actually from the streets, and I've actually been to prison for something way more intense than that. And no one else knows, Nuapia knows. And no one else knows, Brownsville knows. Two different scenarios. I wasn't locked up for no little weed charge. Throwing a gun over the fence, I'm out. Those stories that people make up. No real estate stuff. Let me explain something to you. When someone's locked down, and I'm a leader out here, I could be leader of a gang, a leader, whatever. If you get locked up for a gang-related charge, Inky, let's say you get locked up for a gang-related charge, and I'm the leader of a gang, not necessarily even your gang. I'm just a leader of a gang. I'm in the gang world. And you get locked up and you say, yo, hit up Cavity and let them know, help free a nigga. Where I'm from, we all interpret that a certain way. And I'm not going to say the young brother is snitching or doing some weird stuff. There's nothing for him to snitch about. I wasn't involved with that. But there's something about that that's a bit dry. Now, he's young and he's under pressure and he just wants help. I don't have a problem with him. But there's rules and there's levels to this. There's etiquette. So now, this is a young brother who's locked up for doing something that transpired before I knew him, something that I do not teach, something no one can say. Let me see how Polite's paperwork looks when it comes to this situation. No one on planet Earth can show you anything in my books or anything that has been administered by me that corresponds with what that young man is locked up for. Nobody on planet Earth can do that. What he's locked up for, no one can match anything he's locked up for with anything in my publishings, my published works. Nor can they say I got this paperwork in an email or through hard copy from the physical mail. No one can say that. And I'm going to tell you why no one can say that. Because I don't do what he does. And there's a reason why. I did my best not to speak on his scenario. Why don't he speak about my brother's case? Because just because I speak doesn't mean I have something positive to say. So rather than kick a young brother while he's down, I mind my damn business instead of going to public. Now there's ways I can help. A signature, you're asking for me to co-sign. And what if I don't co-sign? So you know what I do? I shut the fuck up. And you asking me to speak on it publicly isn't the smartest idea. Because I don't agree with the shit that was done. This young brother is wrong. I'm saying I have a different approach towards getting real estate. That's it. Don't push me. Don't force my hand. You need that man back out in these streets. We know this is a system erected by a beast. Several of them. And they use any opportunity to demean and diminish the role of a black man, to incarcerate a black man. I agree with all of that, which gives us as black men more the reason to be more diligent in our actions. We want Polite to speak, and you ain't speaking, you a coward. And what if I do share information that I understand in contrast to what has this man incarcerated? You may not like what I have to say. So it's best that I didn't talk, sister. It's best that I did not speak on it. Prison, for something as intense as he's in prison for, and they want to associate large groups of people for the type of stuff he's in prison for, and he writes, have Brother Polite help me out. What did the sister say in the interview? They took his letters, and because they saw my name there, next thing you know, there's an article about me and them associating me with him. Rule number one, you see, if you're from the streets, see, y'all kind of in the conscious thing, you talking all these different laws and everything, like this white man care about all of that. Pull back from all the stuff you know to be true and legal. That's the problem that I had with the young man. Like, they got to follow everything you talking about. Bro, if you're doing something a little outside the system versus something way outside the system, self, or prepare for the fight you're about to get yourself in, because it may be better off you just get a 9 to 5. This is how Polite talk in real life. This woman never talked to me in real life. She don't know the help I gave in the form of advice. She don't know what LaJuan would tell them. Kind of like LaJuan, talk to them brothers. And LaJuan developed a strong relationship with those brothers. He was very fond of those brothers, as I am very fond of those young brothers. But they got the way they do what they do. And I say I got too much on the line to roll the dice on some of this shit you on. About this. You forced my hand. And I'm being very cautious about the way I want to approach this conversation, because these events that led them to prison transpired before I knew them. They already had the momentum of whatever they was doing going when I met them. And I didn't know to the full extent what kind of issue they were having. I didn't.
P. Let me just stop you for a second. Listen.
Let me say one more thing, Inky. Just to solidify this last point. When someone writes, I want Brother Polite to help me get out of here, the implication made is that now we could associate Brother Polite with this person and Polite bites. That's a mistake on his part. There's a way you call for help from people that you know. Circumstances or instances. But I'm the big fucking fish here. Y'all mainly know about the brother because my name is pulled into it in association to him. The reason why an article can be made is because I'm the big fish here. So guess what I got to do? I'm asking Brother Polite, woo, nigga, you on fire. Oh, we sent him emails and okay, send some more. First of all, people don't listen to me and wind up in a situation. That's one thing. Second of all, the way you go about getting help, if you go about it the wrong way, withdraw. See, you don't have to get my help the way you ask me to get help. I can offer you help the way it best suffice, the way it suffice in terms of my conceptions, because I have to protect my family. Because when I'm locked down and separated from society, your family is having problems getting him out. Y'all not going to get off and say, well, Sister Brother Polite was trying to help him out, let's divide our time, energies, and monies, and let's get Brother Polite out. No, look what you're doing to me now. And I know it's very easy to compromise families. So if it's your brother for Polite, Polite will be in there and he'll come out. I don't play games with these situations. This Negro Pharaoh on parole, trying to associate me with everything under the sun illegal, finding family members, and I don't trust none of y'all, because one Negro is on the way back in prison, who's on parole, the most likely to be used as agents. Brother is already in prison with a desperate family to get him out. So those two groups come together, and all that makes me uncomfortable. All of that. Because when you use my name and ask for help, and I don't fault the brother other than his lack of knowledge in the streets. Once you say, call Brother Polite and ask him for, whoa, you may not have meant to make it seem like a red flag, but when people do that type of stuff, where I'm from, when I was in Rikers, you know what the rules was? Anybody who wants to send me anything, go through my wife and have my wife review it first. she'll send me the message or she'll come in prison. I'm like, no, don't even write nothing. You got a letter? Write the letter to my wife. Let my wife make an assessment. She will come and she will talk to me about it. That's it. That's how we roll. Whether it's our legal plan to get out of prison or whatever. Who want to help? Because we don't want to implicate no one that want to free me. Because everybody don't need to know who want to free you. Right. And mention names of people I need to help me unless their names are actual attorneys and lawyers. Other than that, I'm writing my wife. That's it. This is what I know. Now, all of y'all may not be from this code. But where I'm from, you implicate as least amount of people as possible, and we find a way to get the information through the channels, and we devise a plan not to implicate people whose lives are already in motion, with the understanding that these guys are just trying to get stripes and implicate as much as people as possible, whether it's right or wrong. Let's lose. So I ain't fucking with none of y'all that got problems with police. How about that? I'm keeping it 100. I'm about to buy a Maybach, goddammit. He means a Maybach? Yes, I'm gonna piss y'all the fuck off. I've been in that ghost for some time now. And now that I got you Negroes to submit, because you know I own the damn ghost, now I'm gonna have y'all saying I rented the Maybach. Y'all saw my last post. I'm coming up on my first 7-figure deal. I'm not letting nobody destroy to try that Maybach. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because y'all not gonna do me like you did all the other leaders. They live their life fucking sour, make sacrifice. Y'all turn on them and y'all believe everything people say about them, and they die depressed or get killed depressed. And for what? So we still in destruct. We still in a state of dissension. I'm gonna live my life. So before they disturb my motherfucking peace, I can say, I did it all. I taught my people. I left them a large body of work that they can assimilate from now to 100 years. And damn it, I still drove that Maybach. I did the Ghost and I did the Bentley, but damn it, I'm getting in that Batmobile. And I'm getting it soon. I'm talking inside of 7 days. I done signed the deal. Y'all can make it an Illuminati deal and all of that. But one thing Brother Polite ain't doing, I ain't drinking no blood, I ain't sacrificing no children, and I ain't about to be going to prison for none of y'all.
I'm gonna have to make a trip to California if you get that car.
Brother, come out here. I'll buy your flight. Come out here this Tuesday. I'm buying it on Tuesday. Let's roll around on Wednesday, G.
Man,
what's good?
Listen, if you get the Batmobile Maybach, buddy, I will walk to Cali from Detroit.
Yeah, I ain't concerned. Look, you hear what they talking about in the middle of them being distraught about their brother being locked down? He's sitting courtside, $100,000 seats. See, you hear what the other brother talking about? He's sneaking pictures with Kobe Bryant. I ain't the one. It's the photographers in the Staples Center taking the pictures. I mean, it's clear I'm not the one sneaking the damn pictures. That shit is professional, that picture with Kobe like this. And I'm sitting there. I couldn't sneak a picture like that. I would have had to tell him in the middle of the game, pose for me. And let me get my people over there real quick to catch that picture. Yo, this is what they're thinking about, both of them. Listen to both of them. Worrying about what seats I'm sitting at and what basketball player I'm sitting with. But if I say, nigga, I'm worried about getting this car, then I'm losing my mind. They losing their mind. But I'm telling y'all this. Y'all ain't about to let me quit on life. And for that sucker that's out there, roaming somewhere in Brooklyn, grown ass man, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You don't be in the community, you know what I'm saying? You don't be in the community. My chief, hold on. You don't be in the community, you know what I'm saying? I be in Brownsville, I be in the community. Hold on. I be in the community. Yo, I got old people wanting to be young brothers, trying to start some street beef. Brother, I'm always going to be welcome to George Wingate High School. That's when I was going by the name Bergie and Iceberg and Cavity. Even polite still. I was getting called Bergie and Iceberg for main reasons. Listen, anybody that knew me, I walked to school. I'm from the 90s, the 9 ounce. Anybody that knows about living in the 90s in Brooklyn, past Rutland Plaza and all that, then you walk through the 50s Rutland Road. You have to go through Albany, Bloods, the school, Lokes. I was dripping, chain, everything. Big ass shit. Only dude, 15, 16 years old, my own house. My own crib since 15 years old. The only one. No parents. Walking to school. Dripping. You cannot walk through the 90s, off the cusp of Brownsville, into the 50s, by Albany, into Wingate, and come home unscathed, unless you people feeling you. I don't make up my story, G. So stop this craziness. You too old to be talking crazy. You're not stopping me from coming back home in the bush. The Ville, that's home. I put in real pain over there. I put in real pain. But to have some old guy talking this talk, want to be a nigga so badly. It's a damn disgrace. Old guy trying to turn this into streets. What do you want? You want to get some young boys that listen to you to fight some young boys that listen to you? What are you, stupid? That was rhetorical. I already know the answer to that. So listen, what I'm saying is this. Personally send you me driving in the Maybach in your inbox, because I know that's the type of things that make you. When I know people are sick, I help them fulfill their purpose, and their purpose is what when they're sick? To throw up. Purpose. The goal is to make you throw up. So listen, while the homie who's trying to see if he can get one of us to go in prison so he could probably stay out free. Listen, man. When Pharaoh go back behind them bars, I'll be sending him pictures. Yo, while the dudes was jacking off in the cell he in, I will send him some pictures of me dropping the new V. Listen, disturb my peace. I don't give a fuck about y'all. If you hating, if you disturb, if you don't like this shit, I told you. Malcolm 2017, baby. This is what every leader would have did if they would have known black people still be like this today. Whoa, what a revelation. What if all the people that died, you know Marcus Garvey is going to commit suicide twice, he tried, because they made him out to be a fraud after they sabotaged his business and everybody started believing he was scamming. His nerves got shot. He grew paranoid. He tried to out himself not once but twice because his own people turned against him. The same people that knew about agents and the government infiltration and their covert schemes were the same people that still fell for the trick. Oh no, not me. Every time I see all these people emerge in their own purpose, their sole purpose is destroy me. Buy a new car. That'll do it. Sit courtside. That'll do it. Find a gorgeous woman. That'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, I mean, it always does it for me. I may be shallow. I'll accept that. May not do it for you. All you need is shea butter and dashiki, and that does it. That seals the deal. Me personally, I need some life. I don't consider that just life. Okay? So I just want y'all to know I have a great deal of love for the supporters. We'll be playing Maybach music in a couple of days, and I'm not going to allow y'all. Yeah, that's off Kings Highway. I'm not too far from Kings Highway. You know that. The 90s is damn near Crown Heights, Flatbush, and Brownsville. Y'all know that. So that's what we're talking about. Y'all are not going to do that to me. I'm going to live my life. If Malcolm X, Dr. King, for those of you who support him, if Malcolm X, if Dr. King, if Marcus Garvey, the brother who was going to commit suicide when they said he was scamming, and they sabotaged his businesses left and right. If Marcus Garvey, if Dr. King, if Malcolm X, if Elijah Muhammad were here in 2017, to see how black people are with each other. They would have had a little more fun during their lifetime. This is the assessment that I made. The sacrifice they made for black people, for the children to come out like this, is a damn shame. So, with my family that's always concerned with me, and they see all this drama, you know what I do to tell them that I am always in a state of reminder of what not to do, like my predecessors? I go to a basketball game. I make sure I go to one more or two or three more extra games than a leader would have in the past. Malcolm X would have never sat courtside, and that's the problem. He let you Negroes sacrifice his life for y'all to be worthless pieces of shit today, disrespecting each other, calling each other fucking names, slandering each other, backbiting each other, molesting each other, slandering each other.
Wait a minute.
Threatening each other.
Wait a minute.
Children, talking about each other's wives. And you think I'm gonna sacrifice my life for you fucking bozos? Are y'all kidding me?
Wait. You gotta throw in the people that say that me and you are down with the Illuminati or we're gay.
That's a huge
because we not me
making more money. I've always wanted to touch Illuminati money. What you talking about? I knew I made it the day they called me Illuminati. I knew I made it. I wasn't even that big. Yo, he's Illuminati. I'm like, where? You know there's Masonic lodges all over the hood, right? You think all those Negroes is part of the government conspiracy of Illuminati? You know there's temples and lodges all over hoods, right? But I'm the Mason. I'm the Grand Dragon and all this other shit, right? Come on, man. I'm okay. You know why? Because if Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, if all these people in Ujali lived to see this day, they would have had more fun in their time. They would have bought an extra chinchilla. They would have bought an extra pair of gators. They would have went to an extra game. They would have spent more time with their family. They would have spent more time with their children. Because they would have realized this sacrifice still goes unnoticed to a certain extent. Everyone's entitled to live their life. You want to live vicariously through the leaders, and then when something goes wrong, you want to turn your back on them. And after they've enslaved themselves to their people, it's to no avail, and their children grow up feeling neglected, and their wives grow up feeling this relationship. I had a subtle divide between the damn community that disrespects the husband and the wife that loves him and stays by his side while he ignores her for these fucking people. So no, I wrote enough books, so I ain't never got to teach again. Fuck that. I did enough DVDs and enough free classes if I decide to retire today. But you know what I do? I retire periodically. I go through 8 days of retirement and I come back. I'm like Jordan 2.0. I just leave, I come back. That's what I do. You know why? Because it keeps my sanity. If I can catch a little ball game, I could come back and talk to crazy people who videotape the highway and call it UFOs. I have sanity. But imagine me just staying in this only. I would lose my mind because I'm better than this. A lot of y'all was nobody. I'm not talking about the viewership that appreciates the information, just trying to find their way. You might find yourself listening to somebody videotapes cars on the highway and misinterprets the headlights as Toyota shafts. I understand that's all accident. That wasn't on purpose. Or maybe there's something wicked in your previous life and now you're subject to follow that nigga. Listen, whatever the case may be, this is something that I've totally learned in my life. Your life is your responsibility. Responsibility is responsibility. This is what we have to realize. I'm no good to y'all unless I'm good to my family. This is what we have to realize. I'm not going to allow my children. See, my children almost started hating consciousness the more they got older and watch you guys celebrate. You know, people go on my daughter's DM. That's not your father. Oh, I got another video I got to play. That's not your father. That's not your father. What kind of craziness is that? Who does that? You a fraud. Call her a fraud. That's not your biological father. Call her a fraud. What kind of people do this? And then you wonder why the youth say, I'm not dealing with no pro-black stuff. Because y'all think pro-black is a license to be rude, disrespectful, and distasteful.
Let me tell you something that my father taught me about a man. He said, any man with a penis can make a woman pregnant, but most men that make women pregnant, the moment it gets too tough for them, they don't even take care of their own children.
They don't take care of
real man. Wait a minute. A real man is a man that not only takes care of his own children to the best of his ability.
That's right.
But he takes care of, to the best of his ability, all of the children that come along with any woman that he meets. as if those are his children, because those do become his children vicariously, especially if the father of those children is not there. So when we see that, that's something that's supposed to be honored in our community, especially when we have a high rate of single moms raising children without dads around. Men that step up to not only take care of their children, but take care of the children that they didn't physically create. That's something to be honored. So when we see, again, I have to come to this point and really say this again. When we see people support that kind of thing, we got to look beyond the person who brings that to the internet. We got to look at the people supporting that and say, are you guys insane?
Watch this. Watch this, brother. You're absolutely right. You hit it right on the nail. Now let's get this sister. I think her channel's called Melanin Impact. She don't normally agree with me. I believe she don't normally agree with me. I got to watch enough of her stuff. Let me take that back. I just caught her on occasions where she don't. So let me just say that. But I don't want to say something and misinform the people. But listen to this.
Welcome to TMI.
Okay, hold on. Look at this. Look what she had to say.
Influence of cocaine. Do you think they're going to look for the drug dealer and charge that drug dealer for my actions? Or am I solely held accountable for what I've done? I'm telling you, people going around saying they're conscious are not nurturing their consciousness, and they only have apparent awareness, and that is just basic level consciousness. When you expand and grow in your consciousness, you're able to critically think. I'm not certain, I'm not confident that there is critical analysis of this information. I think that there's such motivation to pounce on Brother Polite, to quote unquote expose Brother Polite, that folk are quick to take whatever bits and pieces and speak them out with passion and get the people all emotionally riled up to agree, and also get on the bandwagon of attacking Polite. Again, I'm not saying Brother Polite is perfect. I'm saying let's do a better job in our critical analysis, okay, and that kind of work. Let's do a better job. Okay, so let's move on. Let's deal with the children. I have a real serious issue with this. And the reason being is because it's one thing for you brothers. All of you all are adults. And you can have your issues with one another, whether they are petty or not. It's fine. You address or attack one another for your information or misinformation, scholarship or pseudo scholarship. That's one thing. Why must you bring this brother's children into this argument? I have a problem with that. And young Pharaoh, you're not going to understand this until you become a father. I really don't think you're going to understand this until you become a father. It's Brother Polite's job to protect his family. That's his job. As head of his household, as co-head of his household, that's his job, to protect his family. And how dare any of us bring his innocent children into any kind of dispute, disagreement, or issue we might have.
Now, hear this part, and we get out of here.
Only, while you're trying to expose Brother Polite, you pulled his baby in. You pulled his daughter in. You're arguing also that this is not his child. Brother Polite has a blended family. And when you have a blended family, it's like the Brady Bunch. It's like the Brady Bunch. You've got children from other relationships that come together now under a new family umbrella. For him to claim those older children as his own, and he's always done that. Since I've been watching him since 2010, he has always done that. But he was also clear that these were children that, he did not have biologically. He has not lied to say these were his birth daughters. He's just proclaimed them and embraced them as his own. And if you go back, if there's any way, I'm pretty sure there's still video on the internet if you can trace back and do your research and you see the pride that he has in them and the love that they have for one another, you wouldn't even go there. You wouldn't even go there. So no, he's not their biological father, but he has fathered them. Let me footnote right here. We're going to pause and I'm going to footnote right here with all of the incest, the molestation, and the perversion that goes on in our community for a young man to take on these girls and to be a respectful father and man before them and have a respectful relationship with them. That is something to admire. That is something to honor. And
there we go. And so, for those of you who don't realize, who's acting totally oblivious to the attacks against my children, these people are not bugging out for no reason, who made videos saying they don't like what they heard.
To calm down now when I start calling these niggas out. Because young Pharaoh done a whole 2-hour video last night, in case y'all missed it, talking about Polite's mother. His mother deceased. His mother moved on right now. Talking about Polite's mother. Talking about his daughters. Talking about how young Pharaoh said this, and nobody in the chat room told that man, brother, you shouldn't do that, brother. Why is you doing that? Why y'all still banging? But nobody says that. This is what got me heated today. Brother Polite is my brother. Yeah, we had our shit going on. Yeah, we was mad at each other, but we would never take it to the level of where these Negroes are taking it. You see, just for me to see him talk the way he talked about that brother and his mother and his sisters and his wives was crazy to me. And everybody in the chat room, I would say it was about maybe 500, 1,000 people in the chat room, and they all cheered that type of talk. The nigga said that Polite, at the 53-minute mark, he said Polite was prostituting his wives and his children and his daughters. Little Mike, who does that? I mean, you taking it that far, I can see you talking about me. That's one thing. But God damn it, you talking about the brother fucking children. You're talking about his mother. You're talking about his wives. What do a man supposed to do when you do that? What do you expect for somebody to do when you do that? If he was to take it the legal route and say, fuck it, let me go the legal route, because if I put my hands on him, I'm going to jail. If I do something crazy, I'm going to go to jail, and then, let me turn it down a little bit, because I don't want nobody saying this on.
So you see, that's why I say he's an agent provocateur. Because what am I supposed to do? That's a chess move. Let's hit him as low as we can so we can get this man to act crazy. I ain't going to do that. I'm buying that Maybach. And that's how I'm going to relieve my stress. Because sick people's purpose is to throw up. And I believe I personally incarnated on planet Earth to make these sick people throw up. Now, I ain't never cut y'all off from joining me and helping sick people fulfill their purpose. You can be successful too and make other sick people throw up. That is some of our destiny. That is my destiny. I enjoy doing that personally. Success kills some while it empowers others. Success is a different language. And when you get around people speaking a language you never heard before, you grow paranoid because you don't like people talking things that you don't understand right in front of you. You always tend to think they're talking about you. That's what success talk is about. When we talking about real estate and you're over here goofing off, playing Pan-African over there in your corners, guess what happens? You get frustrated. You start thinking we talking about you or something. You start thinking we think we better than you somehow because we talking another language. It's called success. And I'm expressing one more thing to y'all. Nobodies. I'm not talking to the viewership. I'm talking about the purported leaders. You are nobody in society. You came into this world and you got a top hat and became somebody with a tassel. You came here and you got some big black boots and strapped them on tight and cargo pants and grenade, rocket launcher looking vest, and you became somebody overnight. and you feel like I'm taking it away. Yeah, you put the black under your eyes and you talk about killing the white man, but all the while, all y'all Negroes do is attack black people you disagree with. And every white man that gets away with choking our children to death, you turn around and you call on me. I turn around, I call on them, because they're the ones saying kill the cracker. They're the ones calling everyone a coon who's not down with their militant talking behavior. I'm just waiting for these so-called militant brothers to put their foot on the neck of the so-called cracker. Just once. The ones who's constantly telling everyone to kill somebody so they can be separated from their family, just once. See, because you like to see your scientists out there on the front line. I ain't say I was the guy killing them crackers. We got plenty of the kill them crackers guy, including Pharaoh. There's plenty kill the cracker people out here in the community. When one of us get killed or shot, commission their ass to go over there and do some fighting. What the hell is all the boots and cargo pants for? Go out there and kick somebody's ass. Big part. Guess what we say we good at? You're the bold guys who say you do all the fighting and killing. The only people you disagree with violently is your own people. I want to see this black man. The way he attacks my family and children, the way he attacks other people's family and children. I want to see that black man show that same level of disdain for a white man who has perpetrated a heinous act against our people. Just once. You want to debate white folks casually and cordially online, and you want to denigrate the character of black people and violently aggress them. Say that you're going to shoot them in their head. Say that you're going to stab them till the air comes out of their lungs. But I've never seen that same hatred for the white man. Not just any white man, the white man that has yet to been convicted. And I think that's suspect. You got a whole lot more hate. Now, I understand you have a beef with one black person, beef with another black person, beef with another black person. But after a while, brother, you only got beef with nothing but black people. And then you cause other black people to have beef with nothing but black people. And then the other people over there, whoever you ain't beefing with, they're causing distrust amongst all the other black people. And by the time you turn around, the community don't trust nobody.
Destabilization.
And I think that's orchestrated. That's orchestrated because the way it works, you get people who come off as simpletons, and they probably actually are simpletons. Frustration is premeditated. People in places to create distrust and disharmony. So when does the community heal? It doesn't heal until everybody distrusts everybody. One actually goes to prison because they get overwhelmed from all the negativity, or someone kills themselves because they're overwhelmed from the pressure. So that's why I elected to take almost 2 weeks off from all the slanderous talk. After all, I do have things I gotta do. So this is I Am Brother Polite. I appreciate your time, your love, and your energy. I just wanted to have a good time tonight. Sometimes I just want to vent my frustrations. I still ain't go as far with this Negro. I'm just waiting. You know, he can't help himself. He gonna do like 6 videos. Yo, he's obsessed. I promise you the next show is gonna be all focused on whatever it is that we're gonna be teaching. And somewhere in here, we did a lot of teaching. We will close this show out though with some very important information. No, we won't close out with my brown skin boo. Nope, this is what we're gonna do. Where's this thing at? I'd be remiss if I didn't close the show out with this very special video.
Okay, now UFOs on deck. Can I zoom this motherfucker?
Yeah, you can zoom this motherfucker.
That's
yo,
a
that motherfucker
right there.
That big ass light right there that's flickering. You've been sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit.
Uh-oh, the horn's coming.
Leaving. Crazy as fuck.
Yeah, that horn. Listen to the horn.
You've been sitting here watching
24-second mark.
Look at that shit.
Listen to the horn.
His mood is leaving. Crazy as fuck.
Yo, hold on.
Okay now.
Oh, okay now. Peace, family.
Can I zoom this motherfucker? Get the fuck out of here!
Yo, get the fuck out of here, Pharaoh. Are you crazy? Oh, yes, he is.
Yo, that motherfucker.
Oh, let's see his face. So excited.
Came back, that big ass light right there that's flickering.
Oh, Pharaoh, what's up, bro?
You've been sitting here watching this all.
You bodied yourself. I didn't even have to contribute.
Okay, now. UFOs on deck.
Yo, never let a nigga lie about UFOs. This shit is ghetto as hell. Okay, now, UFOs on deck. Now, I mean, shit, come on. It don't get no more ghetto than this. Listen.
UFOs on deck. Can I zoom this motherfucker? Get the fuck out of here! Yo, that motherfucker just left and came back. That big ass light right there that's flickering.
Look at the flickering light, y'all.
Sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit. That's crazy as fuck. That's crazy. Oh, that shit left. That shit raw. They need to come get me about this bitch.
Oh, they definitely do.
That's crazy. Y'all just think it right there on the ground.
Yeah, we did.
Y'all just think it on the ground. Hold on, let me show y'all this me. Let me show y'all this me. Pause this shit.
Yeah, please,
Pause
please.
this shit.
Let's make sure this is
show
you.
y'all this. So y'all know this. Nigga, this is not no stage.
We spotted him. It's definitely him.
This is not no stage. That's right outside the crib. That's right outside the crib.
That's right outside the crib. That's right outside the crib. Yo, this is my only question. Do you think that he thinks he's tricking people, or do you think he believes his own shit? That's what I'm asking you, Ink.
Brother, it's clear in light of all this new information that I don't think we all knew, that he does have some serious issues going on that people need to, the people that really love and that want to see him do well, they need to really support him in dealing with that in a constructive, he needs, bro, come on, man. That's just crazy right there.
Y'all try to be angry because you be talking about my family.
Yo, come on.
When you do that, I'll just be like, man, I would be angry with a crazy man. See, we ain't say he crazy because he believed in UFOs. We say crazy because of shit like that. And this was after we trashed him about the UFOs. You got to understand the satire, the irony. He had to go out there and redeem himself because we made him look bad about UFOs. He said we slandered him about UFOs. Has anyone ever said a sentence like that on planet Earth? About UFOs? Listen, I'm out of here. I promise y'all, good note. There's no better note to leave you on than this one. Yo, listen for the horn at the 24-second mark. I'm done. This is the last time I'm playing this. For y'all, I will be playing it again when the show is over.
Okay, now. Hold on deck. Motherfucker.
Yes, you can.
Get the fuck out of here. Yo, that motherfucker just left and came back. That big ass light right there that's flickering. Oh, look at that shit. His mood is leaving. That's crazy as fuck. That's crazy. Oh, that shit left. That shit raw. They need to come get me about this bitch. Y'all just think it right there on the ground. Y'all just think it on the ground. Hold on, let me show y'all this me. Let me show y'all this me. Pause this shit. Pause this shit. I can show y'all this so y'all know this. Nigga, this is not no stage shit. Okay? This is not no stage. That's right outside the crib. That's right outside the crib. Okay now. Huh?
Yo.
Yo, I'm laughing with you, Mike. All right. Yeah, Mike be going ham on everybody. What the hell? What was that about, Mike? Listen, I'll see y'all later, man. I thank y'all again. I can't get enough. Oh, shit, that's a lot of traffic. I can tell you that. You're right. He dissed your head wife, and this is your response. What do you want my response to be? Do something illegal to the brother? What the hell is wrong with you? Let me get you out of here. You're the type of people that's trying to incite some kind of rage. That's what this thing is designed for. If you're so angry, how about you go and you do something to the brother? You know how I get back at him when he dissed my wife? I just treat her better as a man. That's it. What do you want me to do? I'm too old to fuck around and be here trying to avenge the slanderous endeavor of some young man who videotaping the highway. He played Aminette and you did nothing. I think Aminette is doing good. Let me get your dumb ass out of here. You was a faggot. You have to be.
P. You don't even need to do that with these guys because listen, they're exposing themselves when they put
want me to
comments out there. Yeah. They want him to continue to go on. They want you to continue. What they're looking for is the conscious community to end. They want to see violence. So that way you got the open. See, this thing happened in the rap community.
Hold on. This guy is damn near asking me to kill him. Supreme.
Yeah, this is what happened in the rap community when the battles turned into Tupac and Biggie. And then the police had the ability to come in and clamp down on the rap community and change it into what it is now, which is basically 90% of the music is inducing heroin addict zombies. So they're trying to create a climate to destabilize the community. If you look at what they're doing with this guy in Fresno and all of this kind of stuff, they're using this rhetoric to try to create an image around consciousness to change it into something that is not. And these people that's egging on this behavior are supporting this. So we got to say, who are these people behind these nameless comments, behind these nameless views, behind these nameless posts that are egging on this types of behavior? Who are they and who are they working for?
Yo, listen, anybody that's on there talking about he disrespected your wife, that's your first wife, you need to do something to him. This is weak. Listen, I'm not a fool. You was hired to say that, to test my ego, to see if I can turn around, spend some of this money to get this boy hurt. Listen, he hurt himself every time I play that damn video of his UFO. I'm not interested in that. There's no, when you get into this thing called leadership and activism, you don't allow people to sway your judgment with the, ooh, you heard what he said? We too old for that. I was too old for that when I was in my 20s. Now I'm 33. I don't know what the heck Pharaoh's done since he's been in the community, man. But I tell you what, grown men don't turn around and fight because someone says something bad about their family. They may address it, but grown men don't have to go around looking for people to beat up because they said something about their wife and children. It's a sign of weakness by the man who's doing the attack. It's not a sign of weakness by the man who maintains his mental fortitude. So go on with that. I know y'all pissed off. I know y'all just wish y'all can get me to try to prove to everybody how gangster I am. But being gangster, you know what being gangster did for me? It got me in prison. And maybe if Polite had no money, maybe I'd be worried about being gangster. But Brother Polite is doing a whole lot better than I ever did in my life, and I will not sacrifice my life, have to sit behind bars and say, I did all of this for the guy who turned the cars into UFOs. Imagine me doing jail time, like having to think to myself for 25 years of life. I'm in here because the UFO guy, the headlights, I'm in here. No, he's sick. He needs help. He'll destroy himself in the process. He can only have beef with so much people. He'll catch up with him. I ain't concerned with that. Thank you, family, for having sense. I don't recall you being 33 now. Yeah, y'all keep worrying about these weird rumors. He's 40 years old. He cuts his hair off his face on purpose because he drops 10 years younger. Like, yo. Yo, man, y'all are crazy. Yeah, I'm going to see y'all later because if I read more of these chat comments, I'll be here all night, all day. Oh, watch this. Someone wrote, why block people for asking questions? Hey, you just asked a question. Blocked you. Yo, you asked that question to antagonize me because you must understand the people that's being blocked are the people that's encouraging me to do something violent. And I will not have nobody on here encouraging me to do something violent. I don't support that idea. See you later. Enjoy yourself.
Listen, we gotta organize and promote the work that we really got to do, man. These guys in the chat room is crazy.
Let's allow that man to do 2 or 3 streams, and then let's get back on and do the work. Because you know he can't help himself. His ego crazy. Peace, family. I bet you he right now live. Peace, family. I bet you. That's what happens when someone takes your manhood. See you later. Iluvu. Oh, with that being said, how did we miss that the whole trip? So with that being said, peace, family. I'm searching. Let's see.
Okay, now.
Oh man, I didn't even know I shared this by accident.
Can I zoom this motherfucker? Get the fuck out of here! Yo, that motherfucker just left and came back. That big ass light right there that's flickering. We've been sitting here watching this. Oh, look at that shit.
It's gone.
It's leaving.
It's leaving. Look at it.
That's crazy as fuck. That's crazy. Oh, that shit left. That shit raw. They need to come get me about this bitch. That's crazy. Y'all just think it right there on the grid.
This guy.
Y'all just think it on the grid. Hold on, let me show y'all this meat. Let me show y'all this meat. Pause this shit. Pause this shit. I can show y'all this so y'all know this. Nigga, this is not no stage shit. Okay? This is not no stage. That's right outside the crib. That's right outside the crib. Okay now.
Yo.
All right, let me stop. I'll see y'all later. I had to do it one more time. Let me get out of here.